Put your hands together for head coach Kamau Peterson and Team Ontario. Ladies and gentlemen, your game day officials for this evening's football game. Your timer, Rob Chase. Side judge, number 23, Adam Weber. Back judge, number 187, Sean Madrosky. Line judge, number 98, Matthew Papineau. Down judge, number 21, Francis Couture. Umpire, number 48, Andrew Lowry. And your referee, number 149, Luke Garon.
For you guys, okay? Who will be speaking for you guys? Stay with me. We will wait for Mr. Okay, guys, Luc Garon, Audrey Lottie, and the other official will back to do your game. And as captain, I want you to have everybody playing football. Please help us on that, because it will not be a lot of fun if you get involved into a game. We want you to play football. Is that okay with you? You're the visiting team, oddly, but here you are, so point toss. Tail is Football Canada logo, F is Football Canada logo, and tail is referee. Your call. Tails you go. And tail it is. Defer second half. So Scotia will defer the call to second half. You want the ball? Okay, to which side you want to keep? So we stay like we are. That's correct. Okay. Ontario will receive on this side. Shake hands, guys. Good game. Let's start it after this national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would ask if you would please rise, if you're able, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
I got him. I got him right there if you want him.
Wrong headset.
As a result of the coin toss, Ontario has elected to receive. Nova Scotia
On
set
headset, 37 kicking. Some of these, I guess, got switched somehow. And we are live here. Is it not this one? I think that's 33. And we are live here for the Eastern Challenge, and what a start right away. Ontario on the kick return, starting with possession and already getting down to the 27-yard line.
flags on the play.
And flags on the play, and unfortunate start for Ontario. Unfortunate start for Ontario. What? Have I been going? So Ontario, they'll have to start further back after the flag than they thought on the initial drive, and this is the second match of the day in the Eastern Challenge. And earlier, a few hours ago, it was matchup between Quebec and New Brunswick, and Quebec ended up taking that one 62-0. Quite a dominant performance from them. And now Ontario and Nova Scotia each looking to put up that same performance as Quebec and get the first win, which is so important in these small tournaments. They'll move the ball up a little bit, but still not as much as they would have hoped originally. And they'll start at the 44-yard line.
Offsetting penalties.
So 2 penalties offsetting there, giving them some better field position. See what Ontario gets going in their first play of the game. And they'll run it on the right side, and Nova Scotia containing them well at the line early. Ezra Ivory with his first carry of the game.
Gain of 4 yards on the carry, second down, 6.
I believe that was Xavier Axhorn making that tackle. Second down for Ontario now.
Flag on the play.
And flag, will see who jumped here. And multiple flags already in this game, just 59 seconds in.
Violation, 5-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
Offside. So they'll go backwards 5 more yards for this second down, and they got 11 yards to go. So second and long here for Ontario after they thought they gained a few on the last play. And another run, but contained extremely early.
Brought down by number 51, Xavier Axhorn.
So Ontario not being able to get the run going against Nova Scotia, and they'll have to punt on their first drive of the game.
Quentin Borden in the backfield for Scotia.
Kick sent up there. Quentin Borden.
Borden brought down by number 5, Dakota Barrett.
Dakota and Barrick making the tackle there. out of Western Technical Commercial School in Toronto. Nova Scotia going to get their first drive going here. And they'll check it down to the running back, and he'll gain 5 to 6 yards on that play. Anthony Darrigan, wide receiver and running back out of J.L. Isley High School from Halifax.
Foul by number 51.
Luke Clark out of Halifax West, back at quarterback.
Second down.
Commanding the Nova Scotian squad. And they'll run again here on second. Not finding as much success as first down. Still gaining some, but on a 2nd and 5.
Brought down by number 51.
Coming up with 3rd down here. And it looks like it'll be 3rd and 2. And they'll call it 3rd and 3, actually. Just 3 minutes passed in this one. See if Luke Clark unloads his first pass of the game for Nova Scotia. And high snap there. Clark tipped, intercepted by Ontario.
Receiver, number 11, Marilyn Flecker.
And everything going wrong for Nova Scotia on that play.
By number 48.
Ontario, great field position for their second drive after the interception and a huge sack for Nova Scotia to bounce right back. A miscommunication on the run play, and Jaden Cool was right there, the linebacker out of Lockview High. Nova Scotia defense coming out strong. And that was the story of the U18 matchup as well. The other day between these two teams, the defenses were playing very strong early. Deep pass, flag thrown there. And it wasn't brought in, but looks like they'll call pass interference.
Flag at the end of the play.
Looks like they might have thrown another flag. So we'll see the calls here.
Penalty is against Ontario. Offensive pass interference.
So offensive pass interference there on Ontario. So with 3rd down, they'll bring the punt team out. We'll see that one more time on the replay just before this punt. And he did get the hands in there around the neck of the defender, so it's a tough call you got to make. 2 flags thrown there as the punt is sent off. And flag central so far in Ontario, Nova Scotia.
Penalty is against Ontario. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
So another penalty going to Ontario, another offside, and they'll punt it away here even further back, but right side punt going out of bounds near the 30-yard line. So the Nova Scotia offense will step back on, trying to redeem themselves from the interception. And if you remember that play, they had the high snap, they had the tipped pass leading to it ultimately getting caught by the defender. So not what you want to see on the first pass for Nova Scotia, but they've found some success a little bit in the run game. Go for pass on first down, overshot there.
Pass to the intended receiver, number 81, Joe Malva, is incomplete. Second down.
He was looking for Joe Mulva out of Millwood High. Another weird snap for the Nova Scotian quarterback to hold, and he got the pass off there for Luca Barrero, but just couldn't hold on to it out of Eric Graves Junior High, the running back. So the punt team will come back on for Nova Scotia, and as we're 5 minutes past this game, still scoreless. So Ontario will send 2 players back there to receive. Didn't get the distance he wanted on the punt. Down in midfield, players getting there right away. 2 flags thrown. Tackle's broken. 4 flags being thrown on this play, so looks like he'll get to the end zone, but with the amount of flags that have been thrown, hard to see that'll go through. And 36 in the middle of the field, he's just absolutely tired of it. He's pointing at all the flags. He's like, come on, guys, we have to get better. And it's been such a problem for Ontario early, the penalty yards. It's been the story of the game for sure. And the referee's talking now and about what these calls are with how much they just saw. It's obviously warranted a discussion. Still talking here. We should get the calls in a moment as they're walking with the football now backwards. And if you're Ontario coaching staff, it has to be very frustrating to see this unfold with how many penalties been brought up in this game already. And they'll go backwards some more. So after Ontario thought, whoa. So all the way down to the 7-yard line, just when you think you got a touchdown, take you all the way to the other side of the field.
Penalties against Team Ontario. ×4.
So when you see 4 flags, you think the refs might have all seen some of the same things, but 4 different penalties, and they'll walk up a bit more to the 18-yard line, but still. So that changes the playbook completely for Ontario. And they'll run on first play of this drive and gain some good yards up the middle.
24 the ball carrier. Tackle the play number 28, Ethan Stillwell.
Anthony Sukol. And they've had a few miscommunications. Not sure if that was a intended read option. Didn't look like it, but Ontario going to get a first down from the quarterback there.
First down yards for Team Ontario. They'll scrimmage 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Handoff again, but he'll slip there on the turf. The turf monster ends up eating his feet there. Anthony Sukol.
Gain of 2 yards, 2nd down, 8.
7 minutes passed in this contest. Been an extremely hot day up in the press box, so can't even imagine what the players are feeling in the gear. The slip on the hands. Another run play on 2nd down. And again, they're going to Sukol. He's out of Huron Heights Secondary School in Newmarket, Ontario.
Tackle play number 34, Jacob Lacey.
3rd down coming up here. So it's a 3rd and 3. And if they fail to convert on this play, ball will be on the 36 for Nova Scotia. So crucial play on defense. Heavy blitz here. They get a successful run up the right side. They sent a lot of players up the middle. So Sukol goes up the right sideline, getting Ontario to midfield and a successful 3rd down. Bring us to first.
Down yardage for Team Ontario. They'll scrimmage 1st and 10 near midfield. Timeout, Scotia.
Nova Scotia will take a timeout here, and we'll take a small little timeout as well. The U16 Eastern Challenge. Be back in just a moment. Play coming back here. Ontario using the Nova Scotia timeout to plan their next play, and they'll gain around 5 yards on it. Screen pass to the left side.
Pass is caught by number 5, Dakota Mbarek. Tackle play number 23, Pace Matthews.
Dakota Mbarek
2nd down,
getting
6.
that one off. And Anthony Juba, the quarterback out of Bishop-Tonnis Catholic Secondary School in Ancaster, Ontario. Had a strong start to this one. And a great run up the left side, get them all the way to right before the end zone.
Time on the play, number 29.
And Sukol again. See it one more time on the replay.
It'll be 1st and goal for Ontario.
Able to evade defenders on that play, getting down to the 5-yard line. And they'll run it with him again and into the end zone. It's been the Sukal story early for Ontario, and 2:30 to go in this first quarter. They take the first lead of this contest. It looks like they may be calling they didn't. I seen the touchdown call. And it looks like he's in on the replay as well, but there'll be a quarterback sneak there, and there's a flag as well.
Ball carried by the quarterback, number 17, into the end zone. There is a flag on the play. Penalty is against Nova Scotia. That penalty is declined. Touchdown, Ontario.
So they'll decline the penalty, and Ontario will get the touchdown on the sneak. So 6-0. The first points of this game for either team. We'll get a field goal in just a moment. Coming up now. And they fake it. Rolled out to the right side. And they caught it. So the fake 2-point conversion is good. You'll see that again. Unexpected call from Ontario ends up with success. Samuel Caroni, the one able to bring that in.
One Team Sports, Coach Atlantic, the province of Nova Scotia, the town of Antigonish, the municipality of the county of Antigonish, and 101.5 the Hawks.
So kickoff coming up now. Send the ball back to Nova Scotia. Get put down to the right side. Oh, and he didn't get it how he wanted on the sideline. Unfortunate play there for Quinton Borden out of Astel Drive Junior High.
Ball spot on the 17-yard line, 1st and 10, Scotia.
Huddle breaks here for first down with not optimal field position to start this drive. Left side screen drop there. Layden Cornell out of Lockview.
Layden Cornell is incomplete. Second down.
Luke Clark take the snap here on second. He'll throw that one again. This time has a chance for success and gets it. Caught there. Layden Cornell back-to-back targets, and this time he brings it in. around the 43-yard line. We'll get another look at that in just a moment. Here it is right here.
Good for
Luke Clark.
Scotia. First down.
First down and more. And Cornell brought down before the Ontario defender could rip it out of his hands. Another screen, almost intercepted. End up being incomplete, was sent to the left side. They started first down the same way two tries in a row on first down. There's one of the players to watch. Derbyshire running back out of Ontario. Another high snap for Clark, and been a big problem for Nova Scotia. It's one of the things that can make quarterbacks' day so hard, but he still got the throw off, and it looks like they will get the... No, they'll stay on third down here. May have went out of bounds a little earlier than I thought, so about a yard before. Third and one. If they can't succeed on this, then Ontario will take over with possession on the Nova Scotia side of the field. So very important play for Luke Clark. Hand it off there. Do they get enough blocks to get to the first down? Flags on the field.
Number 18, Luca Barrero.
Luca Barrero was the runner here. We'll get another look at that.
Flag on the play.
So the flag, see who that goes against in just a sec, but the Nova Scotia offense is back out, so it looks like it was on Ontario, and yes, they'll move forward.
Penalty is against Team Ontario. Major foul, unnecessary roughness, face mask. Ball spotted on the 43-yard line. First and 10.
So we've had not the most accurate rosters for Ontario. Not sure who was aware at home, but there may have been some missed calls. We've just been given a new sheet, but while that has been happening, a missed snap for Nova Scotia again, way over that time, and now second down will be very long for them. That'll most likely do it for the first quarter. May still run this down before the end of it.
Timeout, Nova Scotia.
So they'll take a timeout. And while it is the end of the quarter, they did want to hold out from the play clock getting at them there. So with that timeout, we'll take a short little timeout with the quarter, but it'll be switched as well on the commentary side. We'll be back in just a moment. Just like during that, I'd get one that I couldn't find. I'd be like, "When is he gonna say it?" And never. I didn't have a single. I think we had the same one. So. Back here for a extremely long second down for Nova Scotia. 2nd and 37. So nothing in the playbook for this except for a Hail Mary call. And a shorter pass there, and flags on the play, however, could be crucial for Nova Scotia. Could have a replay of the down, could even result in a first. So
flag on the play.
And the Ontario bench is looking very frustrated, but frustration can boil over onto the field, and discipline has been a very big problem for them so far in this first half. And because of how far the marker was,
roughing the passer,
they won't actually gain anything from what they would have got if they had a first down, but they will move back up to where their line of scrimmage was around, and first down now. So truly a game-changing penalty for Nova Scotia on a moment where you thought you'd have to punt it away. Now you restart. Handoff on the left side, tackle for loss there.
Ball handed off to running back number 8, Anthony Darrigan.
Wesley Walker.
Title play number 47, Samuel Cerrone.
Check that. Samuel Cerrone.
And that's the end of the first quarter of play. Your score: Team Ontario 8, Team Nova Scotia no score.
So 8-0 after 1, and a 2nd and 13 coming up for Nova Scotia to start this second quarter of action on the last match of this first day of the U16 championship. Luke Clark there. Over snapped again. And pops out of Clark's hands there. Flag on the play, and we'll see what the result happens of that. And the anger is getting even larger for Ontario now. Cerrone not happy with that. You work very hard on these big plays, and the refs just start to take over. Ref discussing with Evan Vanderbrink. Check that, Vandenbrink. So the flag there on Ontario, and Nova Scotia will stay in possession.
Ball spotted near the 41-yard line.
So first down. And ball on their own 41. Been a chaotic drive. Luke Clark, check down left side. He'll gain a few yards. Not as much as he would have liked. That was Anthony Darrigan, the wide receiver running back combo. Xavier Wilson making the tackle for Ontario. Defense been very strong for them. 2nd and 8 for Nova Scotia. And some of these second downs need to start turning into first for Nova Scotia in this one. Luke Clark, another flag on what would have been a successful play from the looks of it to Marlon Fletcher.
Penalties against Team Nova Scotia. Illegal procedure, 5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
Illegal procedure called there on Nova Scotia. And the Ontario crowd happy to get a penalty called their way. It feels like been quite a few in a row for Ontario. '81 caught it there off of the motion. He gets a first down. Great play. Joe Mulva. And he's been targeted a few times in this game.
Number 30, Bryce Camplin.
You get a look there.
And that's good for a Scotia first
down on the sideline. So they're at the 51 on their own end. They'll gain 1 to 2 yards there. I think that was Barrero who got the touch. Yeah, Luca Barrero ran that one up the middle. And Ontario's defensive line, they've been very good against Nova Scotia's offensive.
2 yards, 2nd down, 8.
And that's been the story of some of these games and both of these tournaments here at St. FX this week. The defensive lines, more so than the offensive lines, have really taken over for some teams. A deep pass here from Nova Scotia.
Pass to the receiver, number 81, Joe Mulva is in.
Joe Mulva incomplete there, and I gotta say, agree with Joe Mulva. If there was any time throw the flag, I might have thought that there could have been one there on Ontario. As you see that again, looked like the hands of Xavier Wilson may have got in there, but let it go. Xavier Wilson at a St. John Henry Newman school back in Ontario.
Barrero.
So punt team out for Nova Scotia after a drive full of penalties for Ontario on the defensive side. Flags thrown, so don't count on this play for Ontario. If it ends up being a touchdown, probably going to get called back. A long play, but crowd's not going to like that one when they see the flag back there. And Eric Shillington, he's had some good returns, but they seem to just keep being called back, and you see the anger on his face again. He's like, I can't believe every single time. So they're huddling up around the 30-yard line. Refs discussing. They still have the game ball in hand, so don't know where we will be set exactly for this play, but we know it is definitely not near the 20-yard line on the other end. So blindside block looks like it was the call on Ontario, but Ref's still talking to the Nova Scotia sideline. More refs going over there, and with the refs discussing, we'll take a small little timeout from the commentary side. We'll be back in just a moment. And you've seen the shake in the cameras there as we get back for more action. The crowd fired up, ready to get back to some more football.
Yards applied from the spot of the foul. Ontario will scrimmage first and 10 from their own 23-yard line. 8:58 remaining in the first half.
So they'll start all the way back at the 23. So I said it wouldn't be by the 20, but it is in their own end. Run up the middle. Hit made there, but not after the first down. Got there by Anthony Sukol.
Play number 22.
Jackson Gucci got in there to make the tackle from Five Bridges Junior High in Halifax. Playing safety out there.
First and 10, Ontario.
So Ontario right back to first and 10 after a very successful run there. Heavy set on the line. Pass right side complete, and they'll gain about 7-8 yards on that play. Number 5, Dakota Mbarek. 6'1", and when you're 6'1" playing in U16 at wide receiver, it's just such an advantage, 180 pounds. Out of Western Technical Commercial School. And Nova Scotia, Ontario, been the closest matches for both leagues. Another flag. Feels like every play I'm talking about him. Big hit on the sideline there. Fletcher Terrards getting in there on Anthony Sukol. And you'll see it again, but wonder what the flag was called on there. It's called fairly early in the play, and here's Ontario going back. Lots of players with their head being held high. Jacob Leshield, said to be the heart of Nova Scotia's defense, and plays physical, fast, and fearless, constantly flying to the football. And if there's a play being made, you can bet Jacob is in the mix. Out of Enfield, goes to Lockview High. And he's 5'11", 7.75, so he's about as close as it gets to 6 foot. But he's not one of the guys that'll round it up, and got to give him credit for that. Everything is earned when you're Jacob, number 34. You see him out there now. And more flags thrown.
Ball carried by the running back number 24, Anthony Sotlo.
And the players can't even believe it.
Cogswell, flag on the play.
And they got to talk about discipline in this huddle, because this is some of the most penalty yards I've ever seen in a football game. It feels like every play. And obviously, the refs could put away the flags a little bit with how much they have been throwing. But the teams have got to realize what kind of things they're throwing over and start to react over it. And Sukal going to get off now. Coach discussing with the ref. They're starting to get fed up now, obviously. But Nova Scotia feeding off these penalties, only down by 8 points against Powerhouse Ontario. And multiple coaches, multiple refs in the mix now. But I'm not sure if it really had if it had anything to do with Sukal. They pulled him out of the field there, and coach is still trying to get the attention of the ref. Still talking. And the camera's shaking from crowd stomping there, uncontrollable. And they like that he's doing that. I mean, there's been so many calls in this game. You got to fight for your team as one of the main coaches.
Illegal procedure, 5-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
The emotions are getting high, even with the 8-point lead. Another flag, and Ontario coach walking onto the field now. He's getting fed up.
Team Ontario. Time count violation, 5-yard penalty.
So they get the time count violation, taking too long to snap, and he's going to discuss with them again. Nova Scotia crowd is loving it. The host of this tournament getting in the head of the Ontario team. And you just wish that you had a mic on the coach almost so you could hear what he was saying. And there's the flag on the coach, and the Nova Scotian crowd loves it. They're still discussing with the coaches. Nova Scotian players hyping them up, and just as you said earlier with that graphic, it was like Jacob will get involved in any play possible, and even when the coach is getting flags thrown on him, he's hyping up the crowd. He wants them fired. And Quebec's watching as well. Sitting on the Nova Scotia side, chanting with them. But even Nova Scotia, if they play Quebec, Quebec still has to prepare for them. And you don't really want to cheer for any of the other teams in this tournament, but the coach he's still on the bench, but his team will suffer from his words. So they do more hate than good. And the Ontario crowd excited that they finally get to watch another play of their offense. And the refs, it's like they're playing each other at this point. Thrown to the ground, and the Nova Scotian crowd loves it. And here comes third down in the punt team for Ontario. And we'll see if they can ride off this momentum.
Scotia's number 14, Quentin Borden in the backfield.
Punt coming here. Quentin Borden back there to receive. Punt it up. Not sure if it'll make it to him. Touched it. Borden's got it. And flag.
Kick return by number 14, Borden, brought down by number 9, Derbyshire. Flag on the play.
Another look at that one. Looks like they may redo the punt.
Penalties against Team Ontario, no yards, 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Nova Scotia will scrimmage. First and 10 from Ontario's 42-yard line.
So first and 10 from Ontario's 42, and momentum swinging in their favor halfway through this second quarter of action. Switch up at quarterback for Nova Scotia. They got Wayne Hill-Johnson in there.
Ball carried by the quarterback number 9, Wayne Hill-Johnson.
And Hill-Johnson, he took the carry.
Tackle the play number 47, Cerny. Gain of 2 yards, second down, 8.
And it was a fake read option. He had Luca Barrero as his other man, but he does gain 2 on the play. He'll stay out there now for Nova Scotia. See what Hill-Johnson can get going. Coming out of Auburn High School in Dartmouth, the 5'11 quarterback. He'll take off with his legs again. He's brought down near the line of scrimmage by the Ontario defense. Cash Cameron with the money tackle there.
Tackle play number 46, Cash Cameron.
5'11 linebacker out of St. Joseph Scholar School. You see the replay. 2 run plays in a row for Hill-Johnson, and it looks like they'll end up putting Luke Clark back out at quarterback, and they'll stay on for 3rd and 8 as they have good field position. Aired out on the right side, one-on-one. Will he make the catch? Couldn't hold on to it. No flags on the play.
11, Marilyn Fletcher is incomplete.
And there is a flag. I don't know why I'm surprised. Now, I'm not sure if that was called on the pass interference or something near the line, but it looks like the hit was made on time. The pass intended for Marilyn Fletcher. So repeat third down.
Team Ontario offside, 5-yard penalty, repeat third down.
So it'll be 3rd and 3 this time instead of 3rd and 8. So still have to get it on this play, but the playbook becomes a lot easier when you know you only have to get 3 yards. So heavy set on the left side starting here. They got quads, players in motion now getting closer to the line. Snap sent, they'll run it. Taken down near the line of scrimmage. Looks like Ontario
Number 18,
will take over. See what the ref calls here.
On the play, number 45, Connor Mashford.
And first down, Nova Scotia. So they get the 3 yards, just barely. They're at the 32-yard line now. Luke Clark, who didn't start out this drive, now trying to finish it for Nova Scotia. Overshot there in what would have been a touchdown pass, but a flag thrown.
Pass to the intended receiver, number 81, Joe Mulva, is incomplete.
Joe Mulva was your intended target.
Flag on the play.
What would have been a sure touchdown. Overshot there. Waiting for the penalty call here.
Penalties against Team Ontario. Illegal contact, 10-yard penalty. Ball spotted on the 23-yard line. 1st and 10, Scotia.
So the boos coming from the Ontario side. Illegal contact. 1st and 10 at the 23. 3 yards away from the red zone. Big chance for Nova Scotia here. Luke Clark, left side caught. Gaining yards and 3 to 4 yards and another flag.
Number 15. Tag on the play, number 46, Cash.
It's like every play, and I'm trying to hold back, but it's very hard because it's taken up a lot of time with how much flags have been thrown in this one. Cash Cameron was the one who made the tackle. It looks like it'll be on Nova Scotia.
Penalties against Team Nova Scotia. Illegal block. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down. It'll be 1st and 20 from
So,
32.
1st and 20. Illegal blocking. They'll be back where they were before the last Ontario penalty just a few plays ago. So they got to get 20 yards, but they do still have first down. Screen play, left side, and huge hit there. Stays on his feet, almost gets the first. What a drive there. Oh my goodness, Luca Barrero. 230 pounds of straight power. 6 foot. Off the screen, you lays them out. 2 players shaking off them. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th is what it takes to bring him down, and he's fired up. It's a 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 3-minute warning.
Came a lot shorter, 2nd 11. 3-minute warning here, 2:48 left in the game, and Luca Barrero brings the Thunder out of the backfield. Snap here. Caught there. Short gain.
Pass is caught by number 86, Ben Nicholson.
And Ben Nicholson getting it there. It's still a long third down to go, but the ball on the 21, it looks like Nova Scotia getting ready. Lining up here. Heavy set to the right. Offside called.
Flags on the play. Penalty is against Nova Scotia. Illegal procedure, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
So the third and long just got even longer, but they're still going to go for it at the 26-yard line. 3rd and 15, just 2:13 remaining in the first half. Another flag.
Flag on the play. Penalty is against Nova Scotia. Illegal procedure, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
Another illegal procedure, and third and 20, and they're still going for it. No, the kicking team's going to come out now.
You go for that there. 3rd and 20? I mean, you're supposed to lose this game anyways.
Kick coming up.
Barrero's at the punt.
Oh, and they're in the punt team, so and they pin him down low, taken out near the 10.
Punt returned by number 80, Eric Shillington. Time of play number 90, Seth Foster.
Eric Shillington takes that one out there.
Ball spot on the 20-yard line.
So all the momentum lost for Nova Scotia. Ontario with 2 minutes left, chance to make this a 2-possession game. And it looks like the drone on our team may have just crashed into the end zone, and my good friend Melvin going right under the field goal post to go grab that, and he gets a little clap from the fans. And the chaos continues. Tackled right away. The Nova Scotia defense been waiting, and who else would it be?
9, Madden Derbyshire.
What a play there.
37, Jaden Cool.
Jacob Leshield getting in there with Jaden Cool to make the tackle, and that graphic was absolutely perfect when it said if there's a defensive play, he's getting in there. It's been in almost half the defensive plays, it feels like, in this game. Right side screen pass, brought down. 2 great stops from the Nova Scotian defense. Owen McLean, to Auburn drive high.
Gain of 3 yards. 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9, and the punt team comes out for Ontario, so Nova Scotia will get another chance to score for the end of this first half. They have 1:40 to do it. Whistles there, not sure what they were calling there. Here we go. Quentin Borden waiting to receive the Ontario punt, and up the middle right there for Borden. Doesn't get the reception he wanted, may have been turned over. Oh, ball on the ground. Looks like Ontario's got it near midfield. They do. What a punt. Dakota and Barrick. Looks like he was the one who ended up recovering. The Ontario coach is trying to fire up their team, get some energy going for this last 1:30 of the first half. And second look at it there, tipped off of his hands, and players jumping up to fight for it. It looked like Byron Marshall was the player who started all the craziness, and Cian Barrick, he was been one of our players to watch for this game out of Toronto, going to Western Tech. Snap here, quarterback rolling to the left side, thrown, blocked there. Ezra Ivory rolled over to the left side trying to make the throw, but Will Nottler checked that, no tear. He was the one, he got up and he made the block on first down. And every time Nova Scotia seems like they get put on their heels, their defense has been stepping up in this first half. The 1:23 to go. Pass to the right side, screen, tackle made there after about 3 to 4 yards gained on the play. That was Jamison Moore who received it.
And number 34, Jacob Elisha. 3rd down.
Jacob Elisha. They'll go for it on 3rd and 4 here. Pass. Caught there. What a catch. Dakota and Barrick, he is having a huge end to this first half, firing up the Ontario side.
Number 22, Jackson Gucci. Good for first down.
That was Ezra Ivory. Perfect ball placement. Just putting it over the hands of Thomas Grover, the linebacker out of Kings County. Back for Nova Scotia. And Ontario going to be at the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Ivory, throw up the middle, caught there. Brought down after a few yards.
Pass is caught by number 80,
Eric Shillington was the one who brought in that catch.
Jacob Elisha. 2nd down.
What a job here by Ezra Ivory to take his team downfield. Another pass from Ivory, caught there. Shakes off the tackle, gets hit without his helmet on. Eric Shillington, another catch. 26 seconds to go, and that was on 2nd down.
Tackle play number 32, Fletcher Terrell.
Fletcher Terros getting in there to make the hit. Another look at his helmet popping off here. And there it was. Third down here. Still needs 7 yards. Rolling out on a crucial 3rd and 7. Flag on the play. Throwing for the end zone. Caught, but it may not count. Oh, my goodness. One ref calling touchdown. One ref throws a flag, but it looks like it may have been holding, so I think it is going to stand.
Flag on the play.
Ryer Billings, the receiver, bringing that one in. What a throw. Oh, my goodness. Penalty on Ontario.
10-yard penalty, repeat, 3rd down.
Heartbreaking for them on what was one of the best throws of the week. Ezra Ivory, get another look at that one. It's sad that one won't count. 14 seconds, 3rd and 17. They're going to go for it anyway. Another flag thrown to the left side, caught there, and it'll be a first if the flag is on Nova Scotia.
Pass is caught by the receiver number 83, Cole Fisher, brought down by number 20, Seth Cogswell. There's a flag on the play.
6 seconds. So 1, maybe 2 plays left to go in this first. And, yep, flag was on Ontario. And this may have been the most penalties I've seen in a full game. And it's just the first half. We still have a whole another half of action to bring you guys back home. Should be back in about 10 minutes just after this last play. Turning into around 15 now. So with how long these first halves have been for these last 2 games, they're giving them 15 minutes, need the rest. And it's been a very hot day, so it looks like they're going to give him 15. So Ivory steps up, rolls out right side. 2 players on him, fumbled there. Nova Scotia gets on it, but no time left on the clock.
Brought down by number 45, Jake O'Coin.
So that'll do it for your first half of the U16 Eastern Challenge. We should be back for more action in just 15 minutes between Nova Scotia and Ontario.
Team Nova Scotia, no score.
Oh yeah, 100%.
than a university. We're a holding space for educational growth, for economic prosperity, and for community. We have something for everyone. Whether you're a first or fourth-year student seeking to host your next event or looking for true hospitality outside of the city. Choose St. FX University.
Hey folks, Premier Tim Houston here. Welcome to beautiful Antigonish. Nova Scotia is proud to host these national football events for the third time, and we know it's going to be another outstanding success. To the players, coaches, officials, staff, volunteers, and families, thank you. Your dedication is what makes football so special. To our Nova Scotian athletes, we're cheering you on. The best of luck to all the teams. Enjoy the competition, enjoy the community, and enjoy your time here in Nova Scotia. Take care, everyone. Very best of luck.
Back here for more Eastern Challenge U16 action, and certainly a lot closer than the first matchup we had today, and score in the 40s after the first half. This one just 8-0 with the lead going to Ontario. And if you're just checking in, Ontario in red, Nova Scotia in blue, and it's been a penalty-filled first half for especially Ontario, but also Nova Scotia.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, to the start of the second half.
And both teams' defenses have put up very strong performances so far, and Nova Scotia set to receive here, and such a big advantage when down 8. Chance for you to get back into the game instead of the other team being able to extend their lead. And each team has had possession quite a few times since Ontario has taken that lead earlier in this match. Kick coming here.
Walker set the kick.
Wesley Walker. Kick picked up on the right. Almost brought down near the 35. Broke away from a few tackles. Gets to the 45. What a job there. Marlon Fletcher, 6-foot wide receiver out of CPA. And when you're playing U16 football and you're 6 foot, the power really comes from the legs, and see him fighting off the two tacklers there, wrapped up, shaking off him, but the two players on the sideline, too much there. But Nova Scotia starting with 10 yards better position on this drive than they thought about 30 seconds ago. Pass on the right, caught there. The flag on the play, Marlon Fletcher was the receiver.
Tag on the play, number 32, Grayson Schwartz. There's a flag on the play.
Grayson Schwartz was the one who made the tackle. Refs discussing the flag. Nova Scotia going to go back.
Penalty against Nova Scotia offside. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Another penalty. And that's been the story of this game, as I said before. Play clock winding down, 5 seconds. Missnapped. Running back picked it up, though, and was able to gain a few yards.
18, Luca Barrero. Tackle on the play, number 51.
Luca Barrero.
Vandenbrink.
And considering how that play started, could have been a lot worse.
Correction, 4 yards, 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 now. Flags thrown.
Flag on the play.
Looks like clock was winding down again.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last call for 50-50 tickets at the gate. Draw will be made in the 4th quarter.
Five seconds. They need to snap the ball here. Get it off in time. Pass on the right, overthrown there, and you got to keep running if you're Joe Mulva.
Joe Mulva is incomplete.
And the punt team will come out for Nova Scotia. So unsuccessful drive to start the second half, and Ontario will pick up possession. So the punt coming here. 2 players back there to receive for Ontario. Sent up. And they'll be tackled 2 yards past midfield. Eric Shillington.
Tackle on the play, number 99, Will Noelter.
Will Noelter, the defensive lineman,
Spotted on Scotia's 53
gets the tackle there for Nova Scotia.
1st and 10, Ontario.
Up the middle. And he had his hands but couldn't be brought in there. His intended receiver was Jamison Moore.
Jamison Moore is incomplete. 2nd down.
Jamison out of Bishop Ryan High. Second down. Huge tackle made there.
Ball carried by the running back, number 22, Levi Blouin.
Ontario
Number 34, Jacob Leishade.
couldn't get anything going on this drive, and Jacob Leishade, the guy who has been such a good player defensively for Nova Scotia. Punt there. And bounce not the way you like. And they'll start the drive. Down near the one and a flag there. And he just stayed with his man too long after the whistle, and that was probably the flag right there.
Walker's punt returned by number 14, Quentin Borden. Flag on the play.
Still starting with very bad field position here. They'll move up actually further than I thought. They'll start at the 22, so the ball was sought to be spotted in between the 5 to the 1, but
First and 10, Scotia.
After the roughing penalty. First and 10, Nova Scotia. Second drive of this second half of the final game of the night. Right side pass. Was it caught? I believe so.
Pass caught by number 8,
Anthony Darrigan. Out of jail.
Play number 11, Xavier Wilson.
Another look here.
Second down.
Second and 10. Going deeper this time. Went for Darrigan again. No flags.
Pass to the intended receiver, number 8, Anthony
And Xavier Wilson buckle in the seatbelt. Great play by the defensive back, and you get another look at it here. And the throw from Luke Clark. It was a great throw from him.
The municipality of the county of Antigonish.
But just the pressure.
Province of Nova Scotia.
Too much there.
Atlantic, One Team Sports, and St. FX University.
And a missed snap on the punt. They'll have to go for it. Looks like he got the first.
Ball carried by the punter, number 18, Luca Barrero.
Luca Barrero does it all.
There is a flag on the play.
Penalty flag way back. So after the penalty there,
Penalty is against Nova Scotia, unnecessary roughness. After yards were gained.
so after yards gained, so it'll be a first down for Nova Scotia.
First and 10 from their own 23-yard line.
So the Luca Barrero play stands. Pass up the middle, nearly picked off.
Pass to the intended receiver, number 86.
Grayson Schwartz, great job by the defensive back. And get another look at his deflection here off the pass from Clark. Staying with his man. Didn't give Ben Nicholson a chance on one of his few targets of the game. So much pressure there, and have to throw it away and couldn't find a target. So the punt team will head out now for third down. 7:23 to go in this third. And you see Cash Cameron, one of the players to watch, defensive back. '83. Great run there on the return. Going deep. No surprise. Flag in the middle of the field.
Tag on the play, number 99, Will Nolter. There is a flag on the play.
It's still a quarter and a half to play. The most flags I've ever been a part of in a game. It feels like every second, third play, maybe every play back to back. At this point, it's getting a bit out of hand for the referees, and Ontario and Nova Scotia just can't find any way to stop them from throwing it. And the shake on the camera from the crowd getting fired up there. Still talking about the penalties here.
Penalties against Team Ontario. Ball spot on the 45-yard line, first and 10.
Play coming back here. Hit in the middle.
Ball carried by number 9.
Brought down near the line of scrimmage.
Tackle the play, number 27.
Dodgy Stanley Cardwell making the tackle out of Horton.
No gain on the carry, second down.
There you see one of our players to watch, Colton Hickey, number 53. Another flag. And the fake run given to the pass and gain 8 yards if it stands, if the penalty's on Nova Scotia, but just how this game's gone, it's most likely going on Ontario. Anthony Tazuba, or Anthony Juba, check that, sorry. And a quarterback at the moment. And we're halfway through this third now. But it feels like minutes are ticking down for 20 seconds at a time in this one with the amount of penalties that have gone on.
Penalty is against Nova Scotia, offside, 5-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
Lining up now, second down, 5 yards to go. They'll get a first. And they'll get a bit more there, down to the 40-yard line on the other side.
Number 9, Madden Derbyshire.
Check that, more like the 35.
Play number 38, Eli Cutler. Good for first down yardage.
Another look, perfect angle, right by where he was running. Tackled right in front of our cameraman there. And that was Rick Chizenko. Fake the pass, left side, rolls out to the right, check down, dropped on first.
Pass for the intended receiver, number 35, David Fuchser, is incomplete.
Couldn't hit Fuchser there.
Second down.
Halfback. He is 6'4", 195 pounds, playing U16 football. What a beast. It's crazy to think he's that young and he can still grow. Barely hit half of his growth spurt. Nice run there from Ontario. Almost hurl around a defender there. Anthony Sukol.
Ball carrier number 24.
Wouldn't be his first time getting the ball today. They're entering the red zone now, and chance for them to make this a 2-possession game, and they've been waiting a while for that. 5:02 remaining in the third quarter. Juba hands it off. Couldn't get anything going. Offensive line struggling there. Madden Derbyshire. He was the one who took the run there in the yellow helmet. Went down early. Great job by the Nova Scotia defensive line. And been said earlier in this broadcast, defensive lines have really been the thing that have taken over a lot of games in this tournament and the U18 one as well. Another run here. Finds success this time. Great blocking from Ontario. In for the touchdown. And Madden Derbyshire, he just struggled on the last run here, but they call his number one more time. Give it to him. Great blocking from the left side of the offensive line. And the Barrie North Collegiate Institute player takes it all the way to the end zone to make it a 14-0 game, and they got the extra point coming up in here in just a second. And Ontario, they faked that first extra point, threw it to the right side, see if they got any trickery up their sleeve again, or if they just end up taking the extra point here. Obviously, kicker number 41, Wesley Walker, wants to get some actual field goal action in, and he does here. They end up taking the kick. So 15-0 is your score with 4 minutes left to go in this third quarter, and it's a two-possession game, but Nova Scotia not completely out of it, but does need to start finding some offense in this match. They're still in this for sure, but need to get it going. You see Madden Derbyshire, number 9. He was one of our players to watch, had that graphic made start of the game, and now he's a touchdown scorer in this one out of Barrie North School.
Time now for your winning 50-50
I represent Barrie, Ontario very well.
Number 000343. Once again, your winning 50-50 ticket number on an orange ticket.
And one thing to remember when you're watching a tournament like this, it's the future of the Canada Cup here, with them being U16 and Canada Cup being U18. It's in the near future for a lot of these players, and a lot of the players in the current U18 tournament for the 4 squads here did play in the past. Obviously, Quebec being a 5-year dynasty in this tournament as well. So the winner of this game trying to take down Quebec. Great run there on the sideline, goes out of bounds. That was Quentin Borden again. He's had a bunch of big runs this game. Wesley Walker getting in there for the tackle, the kicker. Very versatile kicker, though.
Ball spotted on the 47-yard line. 1st and 10, Nova Scotia.
So 45 is where the drive starts. Check that. Actually looking like the 47. And pass up the middle. Couldn't be brought in by Marlon Fletcher, and he takes a hard hit after, and looks like he might have got the wind knocked out of him, and be an injury timeout here. And we'll take a look at that play, and then we'll take a short little timeout on the commentary side. And you see the pass there to Fletcher, and a big hit from Ontario getting in there. That was Xavier Wilson. And that'll take us to 3:39 remaining in this third, and we'll be back with more Eastern Challenge in just a moment. Back at it here. Eastern Challenge action. They're still going to keep Luke Clark in at quarterback. And he's had some plays of success. Deep ball to the left side. And he was looking for number 14 there, Quentin Borden. But stopped there. Covered by Xavier Wilson. It was a bit overthrown from Luke Clark out of Halifax West. And had a lot of pressure on him. It was hit just as he got the ball off, so that could obviously affect the distance and the accuracy. Can't blame him too much. Second down coming now. Check that third down. Going for it on 3rd and 10. Thought it was second there, but realized the first down injury and incompletion there. So Ontario really have a chance to get a stronghold on this game with the 15-point lead, and they'll take over possession on the Nova Scotia half of the field.
Knocked down by number 51, Evan Vandenbrink. Ball will be turned over on downs. Ontario will scrimmage 1st and 10 from Scotia's 47-yard line.
Snap coming up here. First down.
Flags
2 flags. Either offside or a legal procedure there. That one looked like it went on Nova Scotia. Run up the middle. Great juke there. Got a few extra yards out of it as well, down at the 27.
Levi Bluem, tackled by number 22, Jackson Gucci.
Levi Blouin,
Correction 20.
running
Zach
back,
Boswell.
Llewellyn Park Secondary School.
Timeout, Nova Scotia.
There'll be a timeout here, and we'll take another timeout after looking at one of our other players to watch, Dakota Mbarick, and he's had a very strong game for Ontario, number 5, out of Toronto. And get some more action from him, get some more action from both teams in just a moment when we get back. Back live for more Eastern Challenge U16. Snapped. Tackled around midfield. Check that, not midfield, the middle of the down markers. So it looked like 4 or 5 yards on that play.
Carson McCord. Gain of 3 yards, second down, 7.
Saying 3 on our score clock, so 2nd and 7. Just under 2 to go in this third. Ten seconds on the play clock, getting ready to snap it here. Get it off, another run. Great job, great blocking from Ontario, and another touchdown off the run.
Touchdown, Ontario.
Levi Blouin gets this one, and Ontario extends that lead even more up to 21 at this point, and they still have an extra point or a 2-point conversion to go for here. Looks like the field goal team is going to come out. That they were one to fake it earlier, so you never know. But that could be the game sealer right there for Ontario. Kick coming up here.
And Walker's point after is good. 1:29 remaining in the third quarter. Team Ontario 22, Team Nova Scotia no score.
The kick is good there. It's a 22 to nothing now. Road should start to be a bit more smooth sailing for Ontario in red, while Nova Scotia Tries desperately to fight back into this one.
Walker set the kick. Fletcher and Borden in the backfield for Nova Scotia.
Kick here. Wesley Walker taken around the 20-yard line. He'll cut to his left. Great blocking from Nova Scotia. Hurdles his man. What a play. Sorry if I might have got a bit loud on the broadcast there, but got to be the first hurdle of the week. Fletcher.
5, Dakota Mbarek.
Another look here.
Ball spot on the 48.
See the hurdle from Marlon Fletcher getting out around midfield. And the flags have gone away a little bit for the past few minutes. Heavy hit at the line there, and once again, that's Nova Scotia's Luca Barrero laying down his head when he sees a defender in front of him.
Tackle on play, number 43, Dexter Bradbury. Second down.
Second down coming up for Nova Scotia. Snap back to Clark. He'll send it up the middle, caught there. One of their longest passes of the game. Number 86 there, that was Ben Nicholson making that reception. And that gets Nova Scotia back in this game. There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Likely one play left and then fourth quarter action while they're stuck at the 37-yard line here.
For Nova Scotia, first down.
Another play coming up. First here. Pass left side, short one, almost deflected. Intended receiver, Anthony Darrigan.
Number 8, Anthony Darrigan is incomplete. And that's the end of the third quarter of play. Ontario 22, Nova Scotia no score.
So 22-0 after 3. Got one more quarter to go. They'll start on the 37-yard line for second down. Deep pass left side, in his hands, couldn't get it.
Pass with intended receiver number 8, Anthony.
That was Darrigan again.
Incomplete. Third down.
And couldn't get the distance on third down.
Pass is caught by number 86, Ben Nicholson. Brought down by number 43, Dexter Bradbury. Ball will be turned over on downs.
So the turnover on downs, and Ontario will take over in their own 35. And if you're tuning in only for the U16 tournament and you're sad that you don't got any football going on tomorrow, we're also got 4 games tomorrow for the U18 Canada Cup. Going to be streamed on this same field, on this same YouTube channel. Check out those as well. Going to be fun. Going to be a fun-packed day for everybody here.
Ball carried by number 24, Anthony Zutlo.
And we'll get to some more U16 action in a few days as well.
Xavier Axhorn.
For now, just 11 minutes to go left on this day of action. 2nd and 9 coming up. Ball on the 36-yard line for the leading Ontario squad. Fake the pass, and a great fake it was. Flag on the play. Quarterback rolling out, hit as he throws it. Who else? Undoubtedly the defensive MVP of this game.
Pass is incomplete.
For Nova Scotia.
Leisheed with the pursuit.
And it's Jacob Leisheed, once again, number 34.
Nova Scotia's number 39.
There's an injury timeout on the field, so we'll take a little timeout. The commentary team over here. Be back in just a moment.
Gordon and Fletcher in the backfield for Scotia. Wesley Walker.
Punt here as we're getting back to action. Sent up to Nova Scotia on the right side. Could be out of bounds. Yeah, he'll go to bounds there.
Fletcher on the return.
Marlon Fletcher.
Runs out of bounds. Ball spotted on the 39-yard line. 1st and 10, Scotia.
So starting at the 39-yard line with 10:30 to go in this one. Snap, pass to the right side, overthrown his man there. He's looking for Marlon Fletcher, the man who took the return a second ago. 2nd and 10 coming here. And they'll be tackled near midfield there. First down. 3 plays in a row. The ball going to Marlon Fletcher.
Ball spotted at midfield. 1st and 10. Flags on the play.
More flags being thrown here. I believe it's on Nova Scotia. Redo first down here.
Offsetting penalties, offside Ontario, procedure Nova Scotia. First and 10.
1st and 10 off the offsetting penalties there. Screen play left side, hit number 15, wide receiver. Out there was Landon Cornell.
Pass is caught by number 15, Cornell. Brought down by number 43, Bradbury. Gain of a yard, 2nd down, 9.
Second down here. Couldn't get the throw off. Too much pressure in his face. Goes down, and 3rd and coming, and punt team will likely be coming out in just a second for Nova Scotia, and there they are. Yep. 8 minutes remaining.
3rd down.
Get another look at that on the replay. Punt here. Far left, over the bench. See where this ends up getting spotted, but either way, no chance of a return for the Ontario special teams.
Ball spot on the 53-yard line. 1st and 10, Ontario.
First and 10 now. See what they're brewing up, and screen play. Got all the linemen to fall for that one. Great spin move and blocking from Ontario. He'll get past the 35-yard line, and
Anthony Suklo.
it wouldn't be the first time for Sukol.
Tackle on the play, number 22, Jackson Gucci. Good for first down yardage for Team Ontario. They'll scrimmage 1st and 10 from Nova Scotia's 35-yard line. 7:10 remaining in the fourth.
Up the middle.
Sukla, the ball carrier once again.
Looks like he'll get a
Tackle
first
on the play,
there,
number 32,
if not close.
Fletcher Rhodes.
Yeah, he won't get it, but it'll be very close. So second down coming up.
Down in the yard.
Deep pass. Man wasn't looking. So incomplete on second. It's a short third down, though.
Pass for the intended receiver, number 18, Giulio, is incomplete. Third down.
Yeah, he was trying to hit DeJulio on that play. Run there on third down, and he'll just be taken out. So Nova Scotia will take over possession.
Tag on the play, number 34, Jacob Malachi.
5:40 left to go in this
That's
contest.
good for first down yardage. Ball spotted on the 25-yard line.
Oh, it was good for
and
first
10.
down. So Ontario faked the run there, looking end zone with the pass. Did he get it? No. Great defensive stop there, Owen McClellan.
Pass
He's at Auburn
is
Drive High
incomplete.
School in Cole Harbor.
Broken up at number 29, Owen McClellan.
And representing
Headed
Cole
third
Harbor
to
well with that
Julio.
defensive stop. Roll out to the left side, then cut back to the middle. Was the quarterback there, Anthony Juba.
Ball carried by the quarterback, number 17, Anthony Juba. Tackle on the play, number 31, Carson McCord.
So into the final 4:30 of this game. Snap, rolls it to the left side. Player's trying to block for him. Gets a pass off. It is third down, but it won't be a first for sure. And the Nova Scotia offense
Pass
gonna
is
hop
caught
out
by the
now.
receiver, number 35.
4:10 remaining in this contest. Still scoreless for Nova Scotia. 22 points for
Tackle
Ontario.
on the play, number 20, Seth Cogswell. Ball turned over on down. Scotia will scrimmage 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line.
run here up the middle. Not much yards to be found there.
Ball carrier number 18, Luca Barrero. Brought down by number 98, Nico Ferreira.
3:30 to go now. Till the end of this one. Sack there on second down, and punt team almost guaranteed to come out for Nova Scotia now.
QB sack by number 46, Cash Cameron.
Cash Cameron, who was one of our players to watch, was the one who was able to make that sack. You see it from the field view there,
3-minute warning.
getting it. And the 3-minute warning is upon us now before the end of this one. Punt team, possible safety just being taken here. Yeah, backup quarterback hops in, take the safety there, Wayne Hale Johnson.
Hill Johnson concedes a safety. 2:41 remaining. Ontario 24, Nova Scotia no score.
So Ontario taking over with
Ontario
possession, and
scrimmage, 1st and 10,
see how much
from
longer
35-yard line.
this one ends up going for. 3-possession game with some 2-point conversions. Run right side, cut back to the middle. Moore gets off that tackle, keeps going with speed to the right, down to the 40-yard line.
22, Levi Blouin.
Nice job by Levi Blouin on that play.
Cogswell, number 37, Jaden Gould.
Jaden Cool getting in there.
For first down yardage for Team Ontario. They'll scrimmage 1st and 10.
5'5"
from
linebacker at a
Scotia's
lock view.
40-yard line.
Run through the middle. 20, 10, down to the 8-yard line there with 2:10 remaining.
Anthony Suklal tackle the play, number 20, Seth Cogswell.
Another great run from him.
Ball spotted on the 8-yard line, 1st and goal. Timeout, Nova Scotia.
So with a timeout here, we'll take one last timeout over the commentary team before the end of this match. We'll be back in just a moment. Final 2:10 remaining. Snap here in the red zone. Run here for the touchdown. Shoves his man down, and
Number 24, Anthony Sutlaw,
Nova Scotia not happy about that one. Jake Parsons
Ontario.
is the one who took the stiff arm. Nova Scotia will get possession one last time. At Ontario, the 30-point lead, and likely going to extend here with this field goal.
And the extra point is no good.
No good, actually. And that's what they call the commentator curse. I said it was pretty much a guarantee he was going to make that one. Sorry, guys. Ontario kicker going to not enjoy watching back this broadcast if he ever doesn't hearing me. So, final 2 minutes and 3 seconds for Nova Scotia to get something going. Kickoff coming back.
Walker's at the kick. Gordon and Fletcher in the backfield.
So Ford and Fletcher back there to receive. Walker to kick. Wouldn't be the first time tonight that that's happened for sure. Kick coming here right now. There it is. Sent to the right side. Picked up there. Fletcher. Tackled
Kick
near the
return
35.
by number 11, Marlon Fletcher. Tackle play number 20, Jack Gumbush.
And if you're thinking about tuning out when this game's over,
Ball
be an interview
on
with
the
the
35-yard line, first
at
and
least one of
10.
the players from the winners after the game. So talking to at least one of the players from Ontario. So make sure to check in for those interviews. They'll be live just after the game finishes. Over snap there. Quarterback will drop down on it. And they put Wayne Hill Johnson back in.
Snap over top of the head of the
But
QB. Recovered
couldn't
by
get
number 9,
the
Wayne
snap he
Hill
wanted. He'll decide to just fall on it after. So 2nd and 20. Looking like 2nd and 23. See what Wayne Hill Johnson can get going. Deep pass, right side. And almost had his man there, number 81.
Pass to the intended receiver, number 81, Joe Malva is
That was
incomplete.
Joe Malva.
There is a flag on the play.
We'll see what the flag is there. And the final 1:30 of this one.
Penalty is against Team Ontario. Offside, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Offside there on Ontario. Overshot there into the hands of the Ontario defender. Couldn't be held on to, though, and that was Byron Marshall over there for Ontario.
Reminder to fans to please remain in your seats following the game. for player of the game presentations.
Punt coming out now for Nova Scotia to end off this drive. Didn't get the distance. Probably wanted on the punt there. Goes out near the 37 in their own end.
Guerrero's punt goes out of bounds. Ball spot on the 34-yard line.
So the 34 is where they're going to start for the last 1:23 to go. Snap there. Flag thrown. So, I believe the flag was on Ontario. Big hit there at the end zone, but he's calling for the touchdown, but doesn't see the flag. There's a flag.
Flag on the play.
Pace Matthew is the one who made that hit. You'll get another look.
Penalty is against Team Ontario.
Slow-mo in there. Bang! Cracked him right in the shoulder. And the touchdown won't count either, so all that pain for nothing. 1-1-1 to go.
Timeout, Ontario.
Ontario taking a timeout up 30 and just 1:11 to go in this one. And we'll keep you here for the last 1:11. Dylan, our producer, wants me to not take a timeout this time, so we'll talk about Ontario's performance. And they've been very strong in this one. They've had some great defensive plays, players like Cash Cameron getting in there, and their linebackers as well, making some big plays. Samuel Cerrone also in there on the D-line. He made some big plays in this one. Been a tough one for Nova Scotia to get any offense going. Xavier Wilson, number 11, the DB, also had a very strong day back there for Ontario. Grayson Schwartz, the defensive back, also made a few big plays. Wesley Walker, their kicker, had some big plays as well, using his body after punting it or stuff like that on kickoffs. He's able to get there and make sure the other team can't get anything going. So, been a big group team effort for Ontario on the defensive side of the ball. Their offense out here for 1st and 15.
Ball carrier number
And it'll be near the first down marker there. 1:03 to go. And he got it.
Good for first down yardage.
Run there. He might go all the way. Could be down at the 1. Looks like he was down at the 1 there.
Ball carrier number 9, Madden Derbyshire.
And a run from Madden Derbyshire. And with a name like Madden football, pretty much in your blood. They're at the 1 now, 44 seconds to go. So I'll probably give it to Madden Derbyshire right here. He'll try to seal this. I'll actually just sneak it with the quarterback. Loss of helmets there. Touchdown. Going to Anthony Juba. He has had a phenomenal game on offense. The quarterback back there, able to make sure his team has found success all game.
Bro, this camera's gonna die. Is it not charging? 10 minutes. This is a charger. Do you have another battery or no? I mean, it's gonna stay.
And the point after is good.
Point after good there.
I know, like 30 seconds.
30 seconds left. Team's getting ready for kickoff. Same players as always for Nova Scotia back there to receive. Melvin Fletcher along with Quentin Borden. Walker going to kick it. Left side. Brought there. Fletcher down to the 35.
By number 11, Marilyn Fletcher.
30 seconds left and
Wilson
around
on
1
the
to
tackle.
2 plays and see if Nova Scotia can get anything going.
Yard line, 1st and 10.
Time ticking down. Screen pass. Won't go.
Pass for the intended receiver, number 15, Grinnell, is incomplete.
So one more play. Should be in and after this one. See if Nova Scotia gets anything. They'll just kneel it out. So that'll do it for this matchup, but don't tune out. We got interviews coming with the players or player of the game here for Ontario, one of the two. And then that should wrap us up for the broadcast, and we'll bring you back with Canada Cup tomorrow on Football Canada. But that should do it here at the broadcast team, and see you at those interviews in just a moment.
That's it.
There you go. Good. There you go. Moving. Can I move?
On the 50, guys.
I can't hear anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, your offensive MVP from Team Nova Scotia, number 18, Luca Barrero. Your defensive MVP from Team Nova Scotia, number 34, Jacob Leishi. From Team Ontario, your offensive MVP, number 24, Anthony Supla. And your defensive MVP from Team Ontario, number 46, Cash Cameron. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your participation in the Seabreeze football game. Triple safe.
I gotta pull back. Pull back.
We're here with defensive MVP of this game from Ontario, Cash Cameron, and your teammates very excited about you getting the award, calling your name, all that stuff. And you talking to me, you're like, you thought it was going to be given to somebody else. What does it mean to you to be on such a great defensive team like Ontario?
Honestly, we all make each other better, and I owe it all to my mom and dad for driving me everywhere for training every weekend. I owe it to everybody. All.
Yeah, for real. I was going to say at some point in this, is there any shout-outs that you have? Is there any other people you want to shout out for sure?
Yeah, my dad for driving me every weekend to Ottawa, 2-hour drive for training. At linebacker prototype, shout them out.
Yeah, and that's just the commitment from Cash's family and all the commitment that the families have had to put in to put these players here and playing at the national level. What does that mean to you?
Oh man, it's the next step. Only getting bigger from here.
All right, and that should do it from Cash here, and going to send him over to his team in just a moment. We'll have him sign the camera.